to Student Television Studios at the University of Texas. You're watching KVR News at 9, Austin's leader for live local UT coverage. Your news starts right now.
Good evening and welcome back to KVR News. For Monday, September 19th, I'm Juarez.
And I'm Cecilia Gonzales. Thank you for joining us.
Officials arrested Ahmad Khan Rahami today in connection to 2 attacks in New York and New Jersey. Saturday night, an explosive bomb detonated in the Chelsea neighborhood of Manhattan. The bomb, which appeared to be created with a pressure cooker, flip phone, and Christmas lights, injured 29 people. A second bomb was placed a few streets away. However, this one failed to detonate. A second bomb detonated on Saturday in the neighborhood of Seaside Park, New Jersey. The bomb was placed inside of a garbage can at a Marine Corps charity run. No one was injured in this attack.
A third incident occurred on Saturday. It took place at a mall in St. Cloud, Minnesota. A man wearing a private security uniform attacked several shoppers. The suspect stabbed 9 people before an off-duty police officer shot and killed him. Some officials believe that the suspect could have ties to the Islamic State. Currently, three of the victims are being hospitalized, and the other 6 were released with non-life-threatening injuries.
Downtown Austin is home to one of Hillary Clinton's newest campaign headquarters. The Democratic National Party opened the Austin's location yesterday. Workers and volunteers at the office will manage phone banks and organize meetings in and around Austin. The office is located at 61 North Interstate 35 at Hawley Street. Clinton's vice president candidate Tim Kaine will be stopping by Austin on September 23rd to raise money for their campaign.
David Brown has accepted an invitation to be the commencement speaker at the class of 2017's graduation ceremony. Chief Brown led the Dallas Police Force after the shooting of 5 officers in July. He was chosen by a UT selection panel comprised of students, faculty, and staff. UT Student Government President Kevin Helgren supported the commencement speaker choice, calling Brown a hero whose words will pack a really powerful punch. Celebrating National Hispanic Heritage Month, and television anchor John Quinones gives his take on what it means to be a Latino in America.
National Hispanic Heritage Month is celebrated every September and October. To kick off this year's festivities, Emmy Award-winning journalist John Quinones visited campus and described his journey to network television.
It's my great pleasure to introduce my friend and my colleague, John Quinones.
All right.
Many attended and listened to his speech. For UT student Jacqueline Morales, Quinones' talk was especially touching.
Made me feel like I have a better understanding of where I come from and the stuff that is going on in Latin America. I'm a Latin American Studies major myself, so to be learning about all this felt like the pieces of the puzzle were coming together, and it was just mind-blowing.
Director and spokesperson of the Center for Mexican American Studies, John Gonzales, explains the importance of Hispanic Heritage Month.
Latinos have contributed to the making of the United States for a very long time, and this is nothing new. But in the sense that the widespread recognition of that fact is something that needs to be, there needs to be a greater public awareness of it.
From making 75 cents an hour to becoming an Emmy Award winner, John Quinones shines light on the importance of overcoming discrimination.
Despite the progress that we've made in this country, and we made a lot of progress with regard to civil rights and voting rights, and diversity in this country, there's still a lot of work to be done. So that's what it's all about. It's about celebrating it twofold.
Cecilia Gonzales, KVR News.
The Capital Metro system is proposing new changes for the UT campus bus route. These changes come after bus patterns were analyzed as part of an initiative called Connections 2025. Proposals include running a 24/7 method rapid line throughout the middle of campus and consolidating other campus routes. But these changes won't be coming anytime soon. Before implementation, proposals must be refined and then approved by UT's Shuttle Bus Committee.
Coming up next, see how Dell Medical students are giving back to the Austin community.
And UT Senate plans to vote on new legislation to save students money.
Stay tuned for more KVR News.
watching KVR News at 9. Your campus, your news.
Officials with the IRS announced they will shut down their submission processing center in Southeast Austin by 2024. The closure could leave up to 2,400 Central Texas employees without jobs. The IRS center currently processes paper tax returns. The IRS said they are closing their doors due to an increasing amount of people filing their taxes online. When the Austin center closes, there will only be 2 paper processing centers left in the country.
Students of the first class of the new Dell Medical School took to the Hope Outdoor Gallery to connect with the community. The 50 students partnered with local artists to paint the mural, finished this past Saturday. The Dell Medical School, which was funded by local taxpayers, wanted to give back to the Austin community as thanks for their support. The artwork serves as a reminder for the community and the students of the importance of a healthy ecosystem.
There's a possibility Austin residents may soon be using airborne gondolas as an alternative method of transportation. The project, called Wire One, was proposed by Jared Ficklin, the lead technologist at Argo Design, on September 7th. On September 7th, the Travis County Commissioner Board listened to Ficklin's proposal and have approved a $15,000 viability study that will begin in the next few months. The gondolas would run from Slaughter Lane, cross the river, and end on Guadalupe Street to Martin Luther King Boulevard. Ficklin said his plan addressed Austin's traffic and a lack of room for road expansion.
The Senate of College Councils will vote Thursday on legislation to standardize electronic devices for quizzes for UT students. In the previous years, students purchased different devices for different classes professors required. If this legislation, students will only have to buy one quizzing device for all classes. Senate hopes to implement this policy during the next academic school year. Senate President Sergio Cavazos explains how this legislation will relieve students of a financial burden.
Zilker Park closed earlier today so the city can begin preparations for Austin's city limits. In the past, the park remained open with crews working to prepare the park for the concert. There are still many options for usual park goers. The pool will remain open the entire time, and the rugby fields will reopen with the festival. Zilker will reopen to the public on Friday, October 14th. This year marks ACL's 15th anniversary, and the festival will return with new improvements. The park will be upgraded with flushable toilets and will provide more hydration stations where festival goers can drink water and stand under mist to cool off. Austin Kitty Limits will be set up at the southeast corner of Zilker Park, providing a separate family-friendly entrance and stroller-friendly lanes at both main gates. Families can also tag their children with an identification wristband that has radio frequency technology to help them reunite in the case of separation.
The Rio 2016 Paralympics honored Iranian cyclist Baman Golbarnishad, who died last Saturday while competing. He crashed while riding downhill and was in the process of being taken to a hospital when he died from cardiac arrest. This is the first death in a Summer Olympics or Paralympics since 1960. Sir Philip Craven, president of the International Paralympics Committee, said the death, quote, left the whole Paralympic movement united in grief. This past weekend, we felt some hot temperatures. I'm personally looking forward to some cooler fall weather.
Well, you know what? Me too. Well, our Nidia Cavazos has our weather forecast for the week. What's in store for us, Nidia?
The fall with near record highs for mid-September. We'll be back with this week's weather after the break.
KVR News at 9 Sports.
Welcome back to KVR News. I'm Nidia Cavazos. Even though fall begins this week, it still feels like summer. We are welcoming the fall this season with this week with temperatures in the high 90s. Overnight, temperatures look like they will remain in the low 70s throughout the week. For tomorrow, we will be expecting a high near 96 and a low near 73. On Wednesday, the heat continues as we expect a high near 96 and a low near 73. Temperatures will remain high throughout the week, but the weekend brings in chances of rain and thunderstorms. There will be a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms on Friday with a high of 94 and a low of 75. We're cooling off on Saturday with a 30% chance of rain and a high of 90 with a low of 74. Sunday brings a 40% chance of rain with a high of 91 and a low of 72. If you're wanting fall weather, you're going to have to wait a little bit longer. Live in the Weather Center, Nidia Cavazos, KVR News.
Thanks, Nidia.
College Press Box's Alexa Alexandro will be in the studio to talk Longhorn sports after the break. Stay tuned.
Have a news tip or story idea? Call the KVR News Tip Line, 475-8181.
Welcome back to KVR News. Host Jimmy Kimmel kicked off the 68th Primetime Emmy Awards. Game of Thrones snagged 23 nominations with The People vs. O.J. Simpson, racking up the most wins, 9 in total. Julia Louis-Dreyfus picked up her 5th consecutive Emmy for her role on Veep. First ever Emmy winners include Sarah Paulson for Outstanding Actress and Kate McKinnon for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Comedy Series. Chance the Rapper partnered with the NAACP to offer voter registration at his Magnificent Coloring World Tour. The NAACP will offer civic engagement resources and information to concert goers in a movement they're calling Stay Woke and Vote. Registration starts on September 24th and in Chance's hometown of Chicago and will extend until October 21st. Marc Jacobs issued an apology on Instagram following his rash response to critics of his runway show. Models wearing faux dreadlocks showed off Marc Jacobs' spring 2016 designs during New York Fashion Week. The designer denied accusing comments of cultural appropriation and says he does not see color. Jacobs apologized for his lack of sensitivity and ended with a call to stop bullying.
Thanks, Dani, and thank you for tuning in.
For updates throughout the week, you can follow us on Twitter at KVR News. I'm Cecilia Gonzales.
And I'm Sierra Juarez. Stay tuned for College Press Box up next on Texas Student Television. Have a great night.